guys, it's Livia, Confidence Coach, part 2 of what do you do when the obstacles hit? When you're having these goals and things are happening and it seems like it's really hard and you're like, I've got this goal, but it feels like it's falling apart because everything else needs my attention right now. What do you do? This is part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1, go back, watch part 1. I'm wearing the same thing. I put my hair on the other side, so when you see the thumbnail, you can tell the difference. I know, random, right? But it's just a thing. So we're going to talk about obstacles here. Totally talk about obstacles. Okay, one thing that works really well for me when I've got maybe contention, that happens a lot at my house, like when I'm supposed to go do something big or my kids have something big and we're trying to get everybody ready and it's that rush, whether it's a vacation or going to see grandma or going to the store or making it on time for an appointment or whatever it is. It just seems like those are the times when contention gets higher and people won't get ready or they think they're ready and then like last second you can't find shoes, and by the time you get everybody in the car, you're just like, oh my gosh, how in the world are we ever going to get through this? Like, just everybody feels frazzled. One thing, well, I'm going to give you more things, bonus things. I'm adding more to my notes than I had. So when we get in the car, before I go anywhere, we always say a safe prayer. Sometimes I say it, sometimes one of the kids says it, and it's always a safe prayer that God will protect us, that our cars will run well, that we can be kind and loving to each other, and all these things. And so we do that every time. Before we pull out of the driveway, anywhere that we're going, we always say a safe prayer. And I love that tradition in my family. And I pray that that will be something that will help fortify my children in their journeys as they grow. But sometimes we say the safe prayer and it's like, I can just feel it. And it's heavy. And it's like, I don't want this contention. We can choose peace or we can choose contention. And it's nice to know that logically, that yeah, I can choose that here in my head, but how do I make it? How do I make that shift from I am feeling this contention in my car, in my home, wherever it is, to now I'm peaceful and happy and joyful and we're loving being together? How do you make that shift? So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. One thing that I have started doing, we talk a lot about gratitude. So we can do, there's a few different ways I love to do gratitude. This is the on-the-go version, okay? So if you're in the car, going somewhere, and I'll say, okay, everybody's grumpy, gratitude game. Sometimes we'll sing primary songs, church songs, inspirational songs, or we'll turn on our happy music. If you look on my YouTube channel, you will find the happy music list that you can listen there. It's just songs that remind you who you are and what you're meant to do, and that you can go forward and do great things. So those are my happy list. We do that sometimes too. But the gratitude thing, so we do what I call a gratitude snowball. And so we'll start with one thing. There's a couple different ways. Okay, we're just gonna rewind here. Totally authentic, you know. I'm just talking to you. We're friends sitting in my closet having a chat. So okay, so there's gratitude. We do the gratitude game where I'll say, I'm grateful that we have air conditioning, and then I'll say popcorn, and I'll call somebody else's name. So popcorn, we do this with scripture reading, we can do this with questions or any game. If you're a teacher at school or in primary or wherever you're at, then we can do popcorn. And so it's like, this person says, I'm going to answer the question, and then I'm going to popcorn you, and then I'm going to popcorn you, and you, and you, and you, and you. So it just jumps around, and they have to pay attention because they don't know if they're going to get called next. So instead of just going in a circle or something like that, it allows it to be a little bit more mixed up and allows them to have the opportunity to choose who's next. So that's helping work on agency, that they are choosing something, as well as to give and receive. So they're giving the opportunity, someone else is receiving it by taking that turn. It has a lot of different aspects of why this is amazing. So popcorn's awesome. Do popcorn. So we do gratitude game that way with popcorn. This is this, this is this. So I'm grateful for, what did I say? I don't even remember. I'm grateful I have gas in my car. Oh wow, I'm grateful I have a car. Oh wow, I'm grateful that we had yummy lunch today. I'm grateful we have food. I'm grateful that even though we didn't really get lunch packed today, that pizza's only $5. And I'm grateful that God can bless us for our trying, even if it's not the healthiest thing for us. And so there's these ways that we can add gratitude that way. And then there's one that I developed. It's called the Gratitude Snowball. At least I think I developed it. Maybe somebody else out there has it, but it came to me and I didn't read it from anybody else. So I call it the Gratitude Snowball. So I'll just give you the first example of what came to us. We had been doing a potato fundraiser. And so we were getting these 50-pound bags of potatoes from Idaho and selling them to people for not very much more. And it was my kids learning entrepreneur skills and stuff for part of our homeschool. And so we were driving and we had this whole car and everybody was frazzled getting in the car, and we had to go pick up, I don't know, like 700 or 800 pounds of potatoes or more. I don't know, it was a lot, filling up my van, right? And so we're going, and I said, I am grateful for potatoes. Okay, what does it take to get potatoes? And then I asked my kids, and I'm like, what did it take? What did it take to get potatoes? Like, oh, well, I'm grateful for the farmer because the farmer had to harvest the potatoes and take care of them. And I'm grateful for the rain because the rain watered the plants. And I'm grateful for the soil because the soil nourished the roots. And I'm grateful for the conveyor belt that took the potatoes from here to there. And I'm grateful for the machine that washed them. And I'm grateful for the harvesting machine. And I'm grateful for the people who put them in the bags and the people who designed the bags and the people who printed the bags and created them. And I'm grateful for the people who took them from here to the store and whatever. So the idea is you're taking something so simple, could be so simple that, wow, I'm so grateful that I can breathe today. Oh, wow, I can breathe. I'm so grateful I can breathe. And I'm grateful that I have lungs and my lungs can expand and contract, and I'm so grateful for them. And I'm so grateful that I have blood that flows through my body, and I'm grateful that my body houses all my organs. And I'm grateful for God, who is the master creator and who took all of these things and put them together in this uniquely, perfectly structured thing that works so amazingly and miraculously that I don't understand completely. But I wake up every day and I can breathe. I'm so grateful for that. And it's amazing to go from that place of potatoes again to I'm so grateful for this potato. Look at all the love and the people and the time and the effort and the everything that went into this single potato. It's amazing. Anyways, so gratitude snowballs are really good to get you out of any kind of a funk. So you can do that on your own. You can do that with your kids. You can do it in the car. You can do it wherever you're at. Also, I don't have it in front of me, but I have a necklace. It's a mala bead. It's actually a Tibetan Buddhist prayer bead type thing. Anyways, so we made these necklaces, a bunch of lady friends and me, and we have them, and there's 108 beads all the way around. So sometimes I'll wear it as a necklace or I'll wear it around my wrist. Oh, P.S. I'm not Buddhist. But I love them because it's a mindfulness technique. So I take this and I'll hold it in my hand, and we'll say, okay, we are going to be grateful all the way around. And every time they say a grateful thing, I move my finger around the bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 108. It's like, okay, let's see how far we can get. Let's see if we can get all the way to here before we get to the highway. So this can work for, long car trips or anything like that, as well as giving you something productive to do that's going to engage your kids and expand their minds and expand their gratitude and fortify their spirit. There's so many things you can do. So gratitude, awesome. Another thing, oh, sorry, I should have brought my water bottle in here, but I didn't. It's okay. Human obstacle, right? Dry mouth and teaching a video here. That's okay. I'll survive. And if I lick my lips, she'll be okay. So the next one is engage all your senses. Stay in creation mode. So you're either growing or you're dying in every moment. You're choosing light, you're choosing dark. What is it you want to choose? You have been given the gift of agency. What is it you're choosing in this moment? Are you choosing to be grumpy and sad because your car blew up for the 4th time in the month? Or are you choosing to be grateful that it keeps going after it blew up again? I experienced many of those last year, so that's why I'm laughing. So engage your senses. What is it that helps you to stay in creation mode? So here's one tip for you. Okay, we're going to go back to the senses. I'm going to put that on hold for a second. We're going to go back. So ask yourself, what are you feeling? So I can say, oh, I'm feeling frustrated. Why am I feeling frustrated? Feeling frustrated because my car keeps breaking. And I don't want it to keep breaking. But I'm choosing to let go of frustration because I have agency. I get to choose. So I'm choosing to let go of frustration. Okay, so if I wasn't frustrated, what would I want to be? Let's see. I might want to be grateful, or I might want to be peaceful. I might want to be confident. So you can pick what it is you want to feel. So say, I want to feel grateful. And since I'm feeling frustrated, but I want to feel grateful, instead, I will say, okay, well, what action can I do that can help me feel grateful? And then you can go back and use the gratitude snowball or the gratitude game or something like that. Or if you can say, I want to feel joy. Maybe I'm not feeling joy in the fact that my car is broken in this second, but what can I feel joy in? I can feel joy in the fact that God is watching out for me and that I didn't crash when my car blew up. I can feel joy in the fact that my kids are safe. I can feel joy when I listen to a happy song. And even if I don't feel like it at the moment, I can turn on my happy playlist and I can be like, yes! And music has this way of moving you and getting your cells in your body awake and alive, and it's like, oh, and just happiness inside. And so to have that experience, you do something that helps you feel that, even if it's not related to the thing that is causing you the issue. Does that make sense? Because sometimes you can't control what other people do, and you can't take their agency. They have their own choice as to how they're going to act or how they're going to react to something that you do. Your choice is how you show up. And my choice is that I show up in love, no matter what, in every circumstance. I am human, so occasionally I screw up, and I have to apologize and try to do better. But for me, that is my choice. I choose to show up in love and gratitude and peace in everything that I do. And hopefully that's something that you can choose as well. And if it's something you just want to, sure, take mine. Do it. I want to choose love and peace and gratitude. And as you show up in that and just keep practicing, it'll get easier and easier and easier. So just remind yourself and don't beat yourself up if you mess up. And if you get stuck saying, oh, my life is so hard, I'm in the middle of a trial and a challenge and poor me, it's okay. Just forgive yourself and say, okay, this is a new moment. In this moment, I can make a new choice. I'm not going to live in the past of 10 minutes ago. I was freaking out. I can choose in this moment that I'm going to choose to look forward. I'm going to choose to go towards what I want instead of what I don't want. And it's amazing because this journey, it's not like, hey, I'm here, woohoo, I'm exalted, I'm awesome, I'm in heaven, I'm with God, everything's perfect, and this was my path. It's more like, and then sometimes way down, and then up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. But if you're constantly trying, you're constantly going more up than you are down. So even when hard things happen, and if you think about it, think about that, okay, that you learn more when you're down. Okay, so you learn in the ups and you learn in the downs. You learn in the ups and you learn in the downs. And there's some things you can learn in the down moments that are so profound and so deep and expand your compassion and your love for other people and your ability to lift and to serve them, that are so deep that somehow this master potter of ours knows exactly what we need, exactly when we need to get squished and smashed and stretched and pulled and all these things that refine us and help us to become who he wants us to be. And it's an amazing process and an amazing journey. And if you choose to look for those learning opportunities, oh, it's magical what happens. I just love it. Also on that front, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out my inspiration journal. It's called Lord, I Would Follow Thee. You can Google, go to Amazon and look up my name, Livia Putris, and Lord, I Will Follow Thee Inspiration Journal. And it's amazing because I have that and I have spaces to write down your miracle stories and to write down those things when God says, hey, this is your goal. Here's what I need, what you want to do. And you get those inspirations. You write them down and you're accountable to God for the things that you do. And it's fabulous, and I love it. It just makes my heart happy because every time I'm like, oh, I got one, and I get to go write it down. And then I have it, and then it's a constant reminder of, wait, what did God tell me? And why am I feeling frustrated again? He already told me what to do. If I just go do that, then I'll go say, what's next? And he'll tell me what's next. And it's a line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, and God will teach you and mold you and guide you through this maze of life into his presence. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, we're going to go back to senses. My dry mouth. Should have brought my water bottle. I wasn't planning to talk for this long, but it keeps coming out. And when it comes out, I've learned to trust it and just let it flow because somebody needs it. So engage all your senses to help you stay in creation mode or just to create faster. If you have a dream and a goal and it's something that you really want to go for and the obstacles are hitting you, use all your senses. So say, okay, what can I see that will remind me of my goal. It will remind me of those emotions of joy and gratitude and love and fulfillment and purpose and passion and learning and showing and growing and all these things that you want to do. What is it that will do that for me? And get a picture and look at the picture of what that is. I have another video coming up, so you're gonna watch for this one. It's about your vision, and I'm gonna share some of my pretty big stuff, and hopefully it will inspire you to do the same. I didn't know I was gonna share that one on YouTube. Maybe I will. Okay. I just said I was going to. I have to share it with you. So watch it if you can cherish my dreams and not if you can hold on to them and cherish them in your heart and not be mean. Okay. Engage it in your senses. So seeing, okay, eyes, ears, what do you hear? So say I want to take my family to Hawaii. So if I want to take my family to Hawaii, I could listen to ocean sounds. Sometimes when I meditate, I listen to that. And it helps you just to be calm and to get kind of the feel of what it would be like, right? So seeing, hearing, or like I'll put a flowered lei in my room or a shell or necklace or something that would remind me of what Hawaii would be like. Okay, so let's just choose Hawaii. Okay, so you're seeing, you're hearing, smelling. So what would you smell? Would you smell fresh pineapple or different things like that? Lots of times I'll use my essential oils when I'm doing the scent, or with my vision board. You can use peppermint, it'll help engage your senses. And these things help to trigger those memories. So as you're looking at the picture, and if I'm smelling peppermint, and then later I'm somewhere else and I smell peppermint, in my brain it will connect the two, and that image will be fortified again in my mind and in my story to help me move forward. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we got seeing, hearing sounds, tasting. Did I say tasting? I didn't say tasting, I said smelling. So tasting, you could taste pineapples and coconuts and all these things that are tasting, or you could actually do the same with peppermint and put it in your mouth. And then you'd have that flavor also engaging that way. And touching, tactile. So that's where like the shells or the flowers or anything like that would come in handy. Sand, if you had sand, you could run your fingers through the sand to help you to really experience it now. Because the more you can see it and hear it and feel it and know that it's going to happen, then it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of you doing the right inspired actions and moving forward with faith and confidence. And if you've checked before and you know that this goal is in alignment with God, you can have perfect confidence that it is coming to you and it's something that you're going to receive and experience. And it's just a matter of how long it's going to take for you to be the person who's ready to receive it and for all the little parts to line up so that together it makes the entire thing and it's all ready to go. Just like if you were to take and plant, say I planted a zucchini plant. If I plant my plant and I just leave it there and I leave the seed and I don't do anything to it and the hard soil goes around it and the sun is on it and it scorches it and it dies, my seed's not going to grow, right? So if I say I want to go to Hawaii with my family and then I shove it under the bed in a little box and I ignore it, sometimes it still happens if it's in your heart deep enough. But it will be much more likely if you're to do some work here. So it's engaging your mind, engaging your senses, and then looking for opportunities and saying, God, what can I do? And pray first. I always pray first and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking I want to do. Is this in alignment with what you have for me? Because God's way is always better. He always knows, and He expands your mind and capacity to what you think you're going to do and what your life is, you think it's going to be, and it's so much different, and it's fabulous, and it's amazing how He does that. Like, I never imagined I would be sitting here on YouTube having a YouTube channel. Didn't ever think that was possible. Well, I didn't ever want to. Like, it wasn't in my heart. Is that bad? Okay, I didn't ever want to have a YouTube channel, and I didn't think about ever mentoring or coaching or speaking or writing books or any of this stuff. And it was probably, was it 2014, that this little seed got planted in me, like, you have a lot of stuff you know. And you've had a pretty awesome life. And some hard things, and you've learned some things, and you can help people. And I'm got this gift to just be in joy and to see this bigger picture of how things work and to not get beat down by little stuff. And I've been working on that and making it even stronger. And so it's this amazing opportunity that I'm like, oh wait, I could teach this, and I could teach this, and I could teach this. And now I've got like this massive list of all these things that I can teach and would love to teach, and they light up my soul. And I love helping and teaching and training, and it just makes my heart happy. And I love that I can take these things that I'm learning and that I'm teaching you, and I use them in my family, and it fortifies my kids, and it strengthens our relationship, and it is amazing. And there's no way any of this ever would have happened if that one little seed hadn't been in me. And then I thought, okay, I could do that. And then I kept learning and kept nourishing it and kept feeding my mind and my spirit and my body and doing all these things. And it grows and it grows and it grows and it grows and it grows. And there's more for you. There's more. And God has grander plans for you than you could ever imagine for yourself. And I read that in the scriptures and I think, oh baby, because my mind has expanded pretty big in the last 4 years, or 4 years-ish. It's expanded pretty big. I've got some big dreams, and it says in the scriptures that God has more for you than you could ever imagine. And I'm like, holy cow, he's got some amazing things, because I've got some pretty big dreams and amazing things that I can come up with for me, and to have it be even like exponentially better than that is like, holy cow. So my quest is to be faithful in all things. I encourage you to do the same thing. Choose faith, not fear. Look for learning opportunities and embrace them, even if they seem really, really hard at the moment, because it's part of your refining, it's part of your process, and you are going to come out this gorgeous, shiny diamond after all the heat and all the flames and all the things that happen to try to stop you, because you are divine. You are a child of God with infinite worth. And he has amazing things for you to do on this planet. So go forth, be awesome. Thanks for hanging in there till the very end, and I will see you later.